You can't even make this stuff up anymore. Walmart's holding customers' money hostage in this Walmart Spark home delivery scam game they got going on here. And this one, honestly, I thought it was going to be a simple story of a customer not necessarily being fully aware of how the pending charge process works when you use your credit or your debit card, more than likely a debit card or even a gift card sometimes. And essentially, this is why I don't like to use debit. And if I'm going to make a purchase, then I'd rather use cash. But if you use cash and then you have to keep that receipt because then you have no proof. And I don't think Walmart will even really do a return without a receipt, no matter what. Even if you paid on a card, their system isn't sophisticated enough to look up your transactions with a card. So be that as it may, you know, multi-billion dollar business, multi-billion dollar corporation here. And they have the ability to do self-checkouts and deliver orders to your house with a drone. They can scan you and tell you who you are with facial recognition, but if you pay with a credit card, they can't look it up because they don't have that tech. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's true. I don't know. You're not gonna be in a video, so you can. But either way, this story I thought was going to be, you know, I was trying to get a refund and return, and I have to wait for it to process, and then I have to wait for the refund to hit my account and clear. That's not the case. And this woman here just kind of got like put through the ringer. See if I can get that contrast to show up. She got put through the ringer. And it says, you can take my money in 10 seconds, but you can't refund it in 10 seconds. Walmart delivery customer says driver stole half of her order. Now she's out $250,000 without necessary groceries. This was my grocery money for the week. Always got to have the backup, right? One single mother says her Walmart grocery delivery driver stole half of her order. And while she recognizes that these are hard times and they're hitting everyone, the theft has done immense damage to her and her children's lives, okay? So she's saying that the Walmart Spark driver stole her order, which I got to tell you guys, seems like a feasible, is it feasible or plausible, you know, idea because, you know, the damn Uber Eats drivers, the Grubhub drivers, not all of them, but some of them, the gig workers, you know, they're eating fries, they're taking sips out of your drink. They, you know, they do all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. They, you know, perks of the job. You know, if you're gonna order and have me delivered, then I get a fry. They have that entitlement thought process. And she says half of her $250 order grocery delivery from Walmart was allegedly taken by the driver. Allegedly is a key word here. She says she ordered her groceries through delivery so that she could spend more of her day off prepping meals for the week to save time down the line. In particular, she says items she purchased with her autistic son in mind were taken, such as his Lunchable meals and melatonin to help him fall asleep. Most of the items taken were for children, she says, such as diapers. The items that were delivered were hardly usable, with the other half of the order gone. As she notes, her cereal was delivered, but her milk was not. That's like waking up. It's like Friday. You pour a bowl of cereal, ain't no milk. That's terrible. That's awful. That literally ruin your entire day. And she says the driver, you know, it's like, well, maybe what's the percentage of drivers that are parents that have kids at home that could use these things? Now, I'm not saying that the driver took it. I'm just saying that they allegedly say the driver stole half of her order. I guess I don't know why the driver would take half, not take the whole thing. Or maybe she didn't like the cereal. She's like, that's not my brand of cereal. But she says when she reached out to customer service, she was told that a refund would take up to 10 business days to process. Anybody got time for that? But I was like, this is food specifically that my autistic son needs. And this was my grocery money for the week. You're telling me it's going to take 10 business days? I paid $250, $250,000 for groceries because I had to get some household stuff as well. His pull-ups and his melatonin, which is not at a norm, and shampoo. I paid $250 and half my effing order is not here. It's a lot of money for a Walmart order, $250 for a Walmart order. And then so some folks are saying, some other mothers, thank you. Some other mothers are saying, what coffee do I have?
The Sam's Club Organic, I think.
Sam's Club Organic Dark Roast.
It's really good. It's between that and Tim Horton.
So today we're drinking coffee, and the coffee of choice is Fair Trade certified. Fair Trade certified Sam's Club Organic Dark Roast with the 2 nuts at the bottom, or beans. Those are beans. They're not coffee nuts. I don't think that's how it works. But hashtag not sponsored. Sam's Club, if you're watching and you want to support the channel, feel free, reach out. Good morning, everybody. Y'all have coffee? Y'all drinking coffee? I don't know if this one has any steam on it. The Keurig doesn't get it that hot. It gets it hot enough, I guess. Because when we were drinking coffee in West Glacier, that steam was crazy. You can see it on camera. Anyway, so some of these other mothers said that the woman should call the store or use the Walmart app to have the situation made right, either with an expedited refund or to have her items re-delivered so they could be re-stolen. And another one says, go into the Walmart app and chat with someone and they will give you your money back, report the driver, and Walmart will make it right. Yeah, I don't see Walmart making it right. I don't think Walmart stores really, like, I'm not knocking Walmart store employees and management, but I don't see that. If you are a Walmart employee or manager and you feel like it would be a different situation and you would make it right, but I gotta tell you guys, they can't. They're too big. They're too big to fail. Remember, this is that great wealth transfer we were talking about. Too big to fail. Why? Because they're too big to let something like this be a failure to them. Much like they're too big to let something like self-checkout be a failure to them. They have a plan. They have a strategy. They are going to pivot. Because if they let one person come into the store and say half their order was missing and they make it right, then they'll have to let everybody else do the same. And then that will start to spread and people will know the just keep it, the returnless money back option that they don't want people to know about, especially when it comes to groceries, especially when it comes to something that's really, really hard to prove. So she says, call them, see if they can pick the items that are missing and redeliver. And one time I got someone else's order and they fixed it. Don't report it in the app. Calling customer service gets you to corporate. The app is a second company who don't care. Again, Walmart always shifting this liability and putting it off like their drone deliveries. They're not being delivered by Walmart because they don't want that risk. They'll put it on somebody else, okay? Walmart is not in the business of actually selling anything in their stores. They're in the business of collecting data and selling data, your personal information. Call Walmart and tell them what happened and have them redeliver all of what's missing. I had the same thing happen on a $450 order, more than half. Again, whether this is true or not, perhaps it's not. And not because they're saying it was stolen or they're just flat out blatantly lying, but maybe they just overlooked it. And then it's like, oh, I filed the claim. I got a refund. They resent everything that I was missing. And then I found it. Oh man, I made a brain fart. I can't believe it. What are you gonna do then? I'm telling you, Walmart ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna let that tear them down, because they would literally be bleeding money left and right, and they wouldn't let that happen. This one here says, I'm a shipped shopper One customer wrote, it's like the Keurig makes the coffee just hot enough to be coffee, and then you can drink it immediately. So it says, I'm sure it was an accident and the bags were given to another customer. I'm sure it was not intentional. Regardless, it still happened, but it's not really traceable. It's not really trackable. Even this is strange because Walmart likes to trace and track everything, you know, or everybody with the little facial scanners. They're gonna move on to Palm. You know that Walmart's talking about making it so that people can just walk out the store without paying? Well, they already do that, but they're gonna walk out the store and it'll just automatically charge people through this RFID, which would more than likely require them to pre-authorize your card when you walked in the store to make sure you had enough to walk out of the store, similar to like when you go to get gas or something and it pre-authorizes a few $100s. That would suck. So it says, as someone who has delivered groceries before, there's been several instances where the store messes up and doesn't give us all of the items. Yeah, that's a problem. Some of these folks are like, look, we don't have it. They make a substitution or it ain't there. And it is what it is. The driver shows up, the driver gets the bags from the bins, the driver goes on about their day. I work for Spark and we deliver what was loaded into our car and scan the label. A third said, if Walmart didn't load the whole order because they forgot a basket, that's on the Walmart employee and not the Spark driver. I've had it happen as a driver. So the key here, most important part, is Walmart is going to be tying up a lot of people's funds right before Christmas, okay? A lot of funds that people need. They don't need to be having it sitting out there floating around in no man's land, in limbo. They need that money. And then do they have the money to replace the items, or do they have the time, or then they have to go to the store and go get what they didn't get and then fight to get their money back? Are these drivers actually stealing stuff? Gives drivers a bad name, gives Walmart Spark Delivery a bad name, makes people not want to do it. Then Walmart will probably add this to the list of reasons why they want to kill Spark, because they also got a lawsuit now where Spark drivers are saying they should be considered employees because of the way Walmart treats them, tells them how to do their job and what to do. So worst part probably is if you're a legitimate, honest Spark driver just trying to make a living with a side hustle or side gig or extra income, and then you get dinged because somebody thought you stole something, or somebody didn't see a certain bag, or was quick to react, or the store didn't pull the order correctly. Do you go through and check every single bag? No, you don't have time to do that. That would not be efficient. There's supposed to be some sort of checks and balances here, quality control, an honor system, essentially, basically. But the worst part about it is as a driver, you're going to get the negative remark, you're going to get the bad review, you're going to get the 1 star, you're going to get, removed or temporarily suspended from the system, and it's not even your fault. And meanwhile, you got some people out here who are going to be claiming that, items were missing and potentially stolen by the driver, even though it's not the driver's fault, really and truly. But yeah, man, I tell you what, some wild stuff, ain't it?